Welcome to a gold tanking proving grounds guide for Guardian Druids. These are the talents that I prefer to take. These are my glyphs. And this is what passes for my equipment, with a focus primarily on mastery. Now, one of the things I like about Bear Druids is the fact that they feel like an almost offensive style of tank. You don't really have to worry too much about, unloading your combos and everything to defend yourself as much. It almost feels like you're savaging the enemy while you're fighting them. As you can see, I'm of course stacking up my lacerates and then pulverizing the target to actually defend myself. Once my rage is up high enough, I can of course push savage defense in order to dodge the auto attacks of the enemy coming in, but it almost feels a bit more like, rather than anticipating incoming damage and then pushing your primary abilities to mitigate it, you're simply savaging the enemy and defending yourself while doing that. Come here, little buggers, you. Low savage defense. Now it's really important that you upkeep savage defense as much as you possibly can while fighting these guys. Bash him, because you want to keep that debuff from being stacking up as much as you possibly can. Now for this next Pyroblast, I'm going to use that to interrupt. And now I'm going to run for a second and let that debuff fall off. And stack them in the fire while doing so and blow savage defense. Heal myself slightly, interrupt that, and down they go. Alrighty. Now I gotta pick up these new ads over here. And these new monkeys that start spawning, you have to pull them away from your healer, buddy. Whenever these monkeys spawn, just taunt them away or hit them with Fairy Fire. Sometimes Fairy Fire won't be enough if she's AoEing like this, or if she starts single targeting. In that case, you're just gonna have to, of course, single target pick them up. I'm gonna go ahead and just bash you just because I don't feel like using your damage. Stack up the damage and pulverize, and down it goes. And then thrash these guys a few times. I do have to admit, I love the fact that the Druid's primary AoE threat generation ability has no cooldown that you really have to worry about. There you go. Low savage defense. Low heal on myself. Low savage defense again. Pulverize that up to upkeep that debuff. No, you don't. Come here. Of course, the Mantid will keep doing what the Mantid do, and that's knocking you away and clearing your threat. You'll have to refresh that. And the monkeys will keep doing what the monkeys do, and that's of course spinning around and throwing bananas everywhere, so you have to hold them away from the... Come here, you. So you have to hold them away. Go over here, interrupt that Pyroblast. Bash the next Pyroblast. Here comes the Mantid, taunt the Mantid. Fairy Fire the monkey. I'm actually going to knock them away briefly. Go ahead and blow Bark Skin. Down he goes. Come here, monkey. There's actually no real problem with letting the healer tank a little bit, as long as you don't let them completely dogpile her. She is not as defensive as you, but she does have a lot of HP, and she does throw a bunch of heals on, and she does throw heals on herself as well. Now in Wave 6, you're going to have to start dealing with these large illusionary Mogu. Now what these buggers do is they'll enrage periodically, which drastically increases the damage that they deal with their auto attacks, and they'll periodically try to pummel you in the ground, like with the powerful slam, which if it hits you, you'll wind up eating a brief stun, so you just really don't want that. But really, they're actually not that problematic of an ad. Their stun is easily avoidable, and they do no damage while they're channeling it, so it's actually a bit of a damage relief whenever they start channeling it, provided you don't get hit by it. And as far as their enrage goes, essentially you push Savage Defense, you're good to go. Basically, you've just got Savage Defense going, and you're completely fine. Alrighty. Speaking of which, here comes the next batch. I just, of course, Thrash picked them up. Blow a Savage Defense, dodge the powerful Slam. And I primarily try to focus on the Manted ad, and I'm actually going to go ahead and blow Berserk right here. Make sure I got Savage Defense going for that. That way I can just AoE cleave some of these guys down a little bit. Oh, let's dodge that. Nah, come back here. As you can see, he just knocks me away. I just charge right back. Let me go ahead and stack up Lacerates on this guy too. Here comes the monkey. Thrash as he goes by. Nope, let's dodge that. Oh, wasn't fast enough. I was trying to pull him back, so got near the edge of the cone. So try to anticipate that if you can. But as you can see, I really didn't take that much damage from it, so it wasn't too problematic. Don't really even need to blow my heal, but I'll blow it anyways. Dodge that. Pulverize, get that debuff going. Or buff going, excuse me. And then you just, of course, keep tanking that. Now wave 8 starts with, of course, one of these flame color ads. Oh, I'm getting stunned. I'm going to go ahead and taunt you and try to stick this guy on top of this fire. I'm going to go ahead and blow Barkskin, dodge the powerful Slam. As you can see, I'm sitting him on top of this fire. Go ahead and taunt this monkey. I want this monkey sitting on top of this fire as well. Just because I want them taking extra damage, and of course I'm slowed by the monkey. Go ahead and taunt the next monkey. Over here. Focus him a little bit. You do have to do a bit of tab targeting with Druids, because their Thrash, as much as I love how it has no cooldown, it's not really like a God mode aggro generator also. Sometimes hitting a target with Thrash, just Thrash, is not necessarily enough to actually pull threat on it. So as a consequence, sometimes you have to tab to it and put a little bit of Lacerates on it. You see, I wanted to finish that off quickly, so that's why you want to try to hold them into the when you want to hold them into the fire. Go ahead and interrupt that. And pulverize that. Go ahead and bash him just so I don't have to deal with anything. Come here, monkey. As you see, I pulled the monkey in the fire just to help mow him down quickly. Gonna taunt him. I don't have a taunt, but I'm just going to let her tank it for a little bit anyways. Unfortunately, he's being a butt about it, but he's sitting in the fire a lot, so he's almost dead. As you can see, she tanked that thing almost entirely, and she's going to be full health again in like 2 seconds. So, not really problematic. I'm going to go ahead and charge this monkey. That way I didn't have to expend my taunt, so I can taunt this monkey. There's always entirely too many monkeys. I'm going to go ahead and blow Savage Defense. And let's just push Barkskin just for kicks and giggles. And blow Savage Defense, dodge that. Go ahead and pulverize. I'm going to go ahead and just bash him just so I don't have to deal with his damage for a little bit. And now I thrash this guy up. And pulverize. I'll just blow a heal on myself with Frenzy Regeneration just because why not? And pulverize one last time. Down he goes, and now we're on the final wave. First, the lava caster comes out, and he spams a bit of lava around. Not really problematic. As he's just a small one, he does pretty much negligible damage. Now I'm going to go ahead and thrash these guys, and I accidentally took a bit of fire damage. I'm not really going to worry too much about poking on the fire here. Come here, monkeys. Go Savage Defense. Come here, monkey. Monkey didn't want to come with me, but he goes down. Come here. As you see, the monkey really didn't want to get off of her. Your AoE threat really isn't that phenomenally powerful, but you can see she tanked it fine. Here come more monkeys. Go ahead and thrash them. Thrash them. Savage Defense. Thrash. Thrash. I'm gonna go ahead and roll Bark Skin. Savage Defense. Oh, not gonna be able to dodge that. Alright, go for a regeneration really quick. Thrash it up. As you can see, she's healing up pretty nicely, just naturally. And I'm not going to be able to dodge that. I've kind of got myself in a bad position here. Yeah, I'm just going to eat a bunch of stuns. But like you can see, Bear Druids are really heavily defensive, just naturally with high armor and with Ursa Major and giving them lots of health. That it really doesn't matter. Once you've mowed everything down, it's not too problematic. He's going to go ahead and enrage, but I'm going to go Savage Defense, and it's not going to really do anything at all. And down he goes. And there's success. And I can blow a quick heal myself, and I'm good to go. Alright, the wave 10 I didn't handle perfectly. You really need to try to pick up these adds before the healer starts unloading on them, because unfortunately you don't really have a method of doing burst threat. And you only have, of course, one taunt when 3 adds spawn at the same time. So don't quite do what I do and have to sit on the healer and spam thrash for a few seconds. Make sure you kind of pick up the adds the instant they spawn. Taunt one, Fairy Fire another, get them on top of you and away from the healer. But even if they do get on the healer is still bulky enough to tank them for a little while, so just taunt them off one at a time. And don't completely forget to try to keep yourself alive. Don't panic, in other words, if the adds start wailing on the healer. She will heal herself and be able to tank them for at least a little while. Anyways, I hope this guide helps, and thanks for watching.